Okay, I'm back to reading How to Train Your Dragon again. How to Ride a Dragon Storm. I'm determined to get to the end of this series. How to Ride a Dragon Storm. Number 7 in the How to Train Your Dragon series. More than halfway through, join Hiccup on his quest, although he doesn't quite realise he is on one yet. The prophecy of the king's lost thing. The dragon time is coming, but only a king can save you now. The king shall be the champion of champions. You shall know the king by the king's lost things. A fang-free dragon, my second best sword, my Roman shield, an arrow from the land that does not exist, the heartstone, the key that opens all locks, the ticking thing, the throne, the crown, and last and best of all the 10, the dragon jewel shall save all men. So he's now got the fang-free dragon, the second best sword, the Roman shield. He's got the arrow from the land that does not exist, the heartstone, the key that opens all that locks, the ticking thing. So he's still got to get the throne and the crown and the jewel. Okay. Right. And it begins with the curse of Bear Cub's grandmother. Not sure who Bear Cub is. Anyway, a long time ago, a small boy was dreaming. He was dreaming of running through the beautiful white wilderness that was his childhood home, running and running through snow so perfect you could hardly bear to touch it. But suddenly his legs grew so tired and so heavy he could hardly move them. Something was pulling him back. What was it? And then he awoke and opened his eyes, and he was about as far from home as he could possibly be, lying in the darkness below the decks of a great ship. The boy was called Bear Cub. Look at dear little Bear Cub. He belonged to a people called the Northern Wanderers, and he hadn't always been a slave. Oh, he's a slave. Poor Vikings were big slave traders. He hadn't always been a slave. Only 2 weeks before, he had had miles and miles of glorious icy desert to play in, as free as the polar bears and seals his people harpooned to eat and keep them warm. But then the Vikings came. They had surprised the wanderers by attacking while they were asleep, dragging them aboard their Viking ships and taking them away from their homeland. Since that time, Bear Cub had not had a proper meal, and worse still, for a boy full of fidgets and used to running, he hadn't taken more than a couple of steps. Bear Cub's father had been out on a hunting party when the Vikings struck, so he had not been captured. "Please, father," Bear Cub whispered into the blackness. "Save me, father." "Ha!" rasped the doom-filled, furious voice of Bear Cub's scary grandmother. "Ha! Who is lying chained beside him. Your father cannot rescue you, for he does not know where you are, and the gods must have forgotten us to let this happen. Vikings are vermin, every single one of them," she spat into the darkness. "I never met a good one. Murderous, wicked, evil people. Oh, if I had one here, I could do such things. I would eat their livers, I really would. I'm cursing this voyage and everyone aboard this ship." "We are aboard this ship," Bear Cub pointed out. "Do not curse this voyage, or you may be dooming us too." "You do not contradict your elders and betters," cried his grandmother sternly. It is not pleasant to be changed to a cursing grandmother. "We are doomed already. The only thing left for me now is to hate and to curse." And so Bear Cub's grandmother had all of the wanderers hating and cursing and wanting to eat people's livers, lying on their baying out their fury in the rocking darkness below the decks of the ship. "You better watch your step up there," screamed Bear Cub's grandmother, howling up at the ceiling like a wolf. "If one of you misses your footing and falls down that hatch, I am telling you, will tear you apart." Only Bear Cub was quiet, and in that blackness, no one could see the tears slowly rolling down his cheeks, which was lucky, because wanderers have the hearts of polar bears and they do not cry. And inside his head, he repeated over and over again, "Please, Father, please help me. Please, God, please, please help me. Please help me. Anybody, if you're listening, help me, help me, help me, help, help, help." Poor little Bear Cub. I hope someone's going to rescue him. I don't know if that someone is going to be Hiccup. The next chapter, well, the first chapter in the book is called A Proper Viking Swimming Race. Oh, how to